I have a much better understanding of wildlife because I'm out in the wild several times a year hunting. It's a different world. It's a different world. I'm no expert, but my perception of it is as someone who sees wildlife in the wild. I see dead ones that other ones have killed. We came across a calf that had been ripped apart by wolves. I mean, we see stuff, and you realize what that is, what that fucking forest really is. Yeah. It's this competing ecosystem of life, and it's going on all the time. And there's big things jacking smaller things, and there's birds snatching things off the ground and snatching other birds out of trees, and it's happening all the time, and it's magic. And you have to have it that way because otherwise the whole population of the planet would be overrun. You have to have your sorrow of watching the bear tear apart the fawn. Down, chasing it, boom, snap. That has to happen because if it didn't happen, you'd have too many fawns. They'd be everywhere. You'd have too many deer. And you have to have someone who can take care of the bears. Otherwise, the bears will overrun the city where the humans live. And we need to think about that. And people don't want to because they don't want to shoot Yogi. They don't want to shoot Yogi and Boo Boo. They're our friends. This is a teddy bear. I grew up with a bear. You don't know what a bear is. I've seen a bear in the wild. When you see a bear in the wild, you're like, oh, you don't give a fuck about me. You're some weird, heartless beast that is majestic looking, who runs around eating moose and deer babies. That's what your deal is. You eat grass and berries and you like to lay around. You're fucking cool as shit. It's a cool ass animal. Yeah. Doesn't mean you hate it, but you gotta understand what the fuck it is. Just gonna make sure your baby's okay. Fucking crazy 800 pounds bursting through the trees. Is that most people have no idea what it's like to be around actual wildlife, to sneak up to them. Most people have no idea about their sense of smell, like to see an animal wind you and then just fucking bounce. To see that and to know that like you're dealing with some superhuman ability, some like impossible to imagine with the confines of your own biology, what these animals can do. And when you're out amongst them and there's no cell phone service and it's just footprints and trekking your way through mountains, it's amazing. It's like,
oh yeah, sound ballistic.
I mean, it's not Yellowstone. What Yellowstone is, and what anything like that, and zoos is the worst example, right? But when we think of animals, like people always tell me, like, because you know, I have a famous dog. I run with him all the time, and he's on my Instagram. It's like everybody loves him. He's the sweetest dog in the world. And they're like,
I know that dog.
If you love dogs, how could you hunt animals? And I'm like, well, that's not. He's not an animal. He's a dog. He's a pet. My girlfriend, and I rub his back, but one day he ate my baby.
Yeah.
There's a science project. An animal is a wolf. An animal is a deer. That's an animal. What a dog is, they don't survive outside of us. If you don't take care of them, they won't know what to do. They'll hope that the dog catcher comes and gets them and somebody rescues them. They're not wild animals. It's not. It almost has less to do with how they're raised and more to do with their ancestors. Like their biology has changed. They've literally been bred to something different.
Dude, you sound like a guy crying in the 40s.
Like his dog died. Oh, Yeller, I'm gonna miss you. Or most of the time when grizzlies kill people, they're not killing someone because they want to eat them. Right. They're killing someone because you startled them and they're with their the females with their cubs.
Oh,
that's most of it.
So what happens what are you supposed to do when a grizzly? Just pray?
Well, if it's a female grizzly, you are literally better off letting her fuck you up. And apart from the hips, like just chewing it and pulling it apart from he's like, ah! Right. You just curl up in a ball. You're supposed to put your hand behind your neck Lay in a fetal position and don't let her get access to your organs, because she wants to chew your organs apart.
Jesus. Fucking giant bear head clamp down on your dick and your asshole.
And you're going, no! And that's how you die. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why it's really important to have a strong backpack. If you have a strong backpack, she'll fuck up that backpack while you're on your knees, curled up in a fetal position. But that's assuming you can survive that. She's probably going to break your arms. She's probably going to snap your legs, bite into you in ways that you can't imagine the kind of force and power she can generate.
I mean,
she's trying to immobilize you. She wants to immobilize you as a threat to her children.
With that fucking...
But a male, if a male's trying to kill you, it's usually because he's starving to death. They don't recognize people as a food source because they rarely eat people.
Right.
So that male, he probably has never eaten a person. It's one of the reasons why it's safer to be in a place where they hunt grizzlies. Because in a place where they hunt grizzlies, a grizzly sees a person and goes, fuck this. They'll smell you and get the fuck out of there. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Respect for the furry community. Look, I got the feet on and everything.
It's like Bikram fucking